this is Missoura, and today is the 12th of April 2025. I'm here out in Troy Mall. It's like, ooh, it's not really busy out here today, but this is the mall that I talked about when I opened the actual mall and things that I did, some of the things that I did with investments and just things that I've done. But more importantly, I want to talk about what I just, I only talked about one aspect of my music career. I didn't talk about what happened afterwards, after the scenario that happened with the Yeah Right song, Yeah Right, you know, that song, and then, you know, with Dion Bromsfield and Amy Winehouse, the label and all those things that occurred around my face, an artist just actually being me being replaced by another artist that just came in and just took over and lip synced to my music, and still they're just using part of her in a lot of the videos, using part of my body and just her face, because the video didn't change much. So they didn't really re-record everything. But here I'm going to talk about another, after that happened, I decided I would go into another area. You know, I was really hurt by the whole situation, and so I tried to get, you know, be able to have a music career and in another place, in another area. I had been singing, I was singing background, and I had changed my voice and the way that I sing for so many different artists, and I now had the ability to actually sing in different ways to the point where it's like I'm a totally different person. So I presented to one record company when they wanted to take me in as a artist. They said, well, okay, we'll put your music out there. And so I recorded a lot of music and a lot of songs, and under the name Tyla. One of the songs that you would know is very renowned is the song where it's called Water, and another song is Jump. It has rap, and that particular song, it has rapper like Gunna in there. He's a rap artist. And also in that video in particular, because later on they end up changing my face, allowing someone else to use my face and music, lip sync to my music, and change the face of the work that I did, and did the same thing that they did in the UK. But the original video for the jump, you know, video, there was a lot of actual entertainers and even athletes and different people that were celebrities that were in that video. Venus Williams was sitting on the we sit like, and we're in like a little club or whatever in Johannesburg, and someone kind of flow inside the club, a guy, and we're all looking like, what's going on? The original filming of that particular video, it showed Taraji Henson and also myself in the middle. I'm singing the song, and Venus Williams on the other side with a little afro. So this is the original video. This is what the people that were in the original video. Another part of the video where all of the people were standing up for the photo booth. One of them was like Stevie J, that used to like Love and Hip Hop, you know, Love and Hip Hop. He was in the video as well. And then also there were other different people that were a part of the making of, you know, that particular video, but you don't see them because the artist re-recorded, or they took them out of that recording of the video and took my face out of the video and used my body in a lot of the video. Some videos they're using in between my body and her and the actual artist that they used to replace me. and she's lip singing to my actual songs that I wrote, songs that I sang. My dance ability is there, and so it's all of these different videos and music that I was able to put out there, and even help to bring the South African nation, the people on the map, in not only in America but out there in the world, because the song was really very, very popular, and even went viral for the actual dance of the South African dance of the water, when you pour it on you and you kind of like do a little dance, you know. So it was a big deal, you know. I won an actual Grammy for my, you know, for my actual performance and my selling of records and things that I did. And also when I was in that part of the world in South Africa, there was a unique sound that I was able to create, that I used in my music, the South African beat. That was a part of, that was something that was also very unique, that I was involved in helping. That was, you know, everyone have like a sound, but not everyone have their own sound that is created for them, that they have like a right to the actual found the beginning of the sound. And so because I was in music for a long time, I learned a lot of different things over the years. I was able to incorporate that into my music, and, you know, coin like a sound that was mine. And those things were noted in the music industry, but a layperson wouldn't have a lot of knowledge of it unless they were, you know, into like musicology and know exactly what's all involved in the making of the music. So they would know who was noted for what and why. But in the end, that's pretty much what happened. So when I'm remembering a lot of my past, I'm remembering things that I've done. There was another also artist where it was a big case revolved around an artist and some things that happened where it became a legal issue, and from that legal issue, a lot of things changed with my career. And the legal issue had nothing to do with me. I didn't do anything wrong as an artist. It was someone who was also in the industry, who had quite a big following, known in the music industry, a rapper who had did something that was incorrect, and it was actually a legal case against him for it, and it was done to me, and everyone knew about it because it was in the courts. So that changed a lot of my music career, and in the end they just kind of like just replaced my face with someone else. But the reason why I was in South Africa and not really like for my heritage lies mainly because when I first presented, there was the African world was pretty much getting on the music industry in the US about not really focusing on artists in that part of the world, to do crossover, to have mainstream crossover music. And Johannesburg was really making that argument, and so they wanted to kind of look at the situation. And so I presented a scenario where my actual roots is from Africa, but a different part of Africa. You would see more like Morocco, but Egypt area, more like that. So you would be in a different area of the world, but it was a small, like Aswan, you know, more like that area. That's where like my parents. And so I wanted to kind of like say, well, you know, I have the skills and I can pretty much represent that. But before I was actually, that was like more my place of where my heritage. From there, my family, because I'm royalty, we moved to the Royal Palace of Morocco. And from the Royal Palace of Morocco, where my grandmother was over the kingdom of Britain, the British Empire, the British Kingdom, I moved there because of my status as being the heir and the crown princess. So I was able to just funnel through that situation, but my actual heritage lies in a small village area of Africa. And so I wanted to represent that, but they wanted to kind of address the South African people who pretty much brought those concerns to their attention. And that's when I kind of like I was directed to go into South Africa for some time and learn about the culture, learn about the music, the sound, and the way of life, and represent that part of the world. And that's pretty much what I did. And I worked hard to kind of bring the music to the world and put it, and give it international recognition, and that part of the world, from that part of the world. And it actually was able to do that, accomplish it. And so I was very happy about it. So to later on just be replaced, it was like, wow. So I'm looking at myself and I'm like, wow. I'm seeing what happened was the same thing that happened when I was in the UK with Dion. When I was in the UK with the Yeah Right video. It was like, wow. And there were so many songs that were recorded and so many hits that were made, and even videos, and just seeing that my body is, and then someone else's face, or things that I know that I've done. It's like, it's really kind of like, wow, it's surprising how someone's music can just be, someone can be lip syncing to their whole career. It's just taken by just putting someone else's face there. Like, wow. And that's why I wanted to really talk about this. I can give you guys more information about what happened as I regain more of my memory and recall more things that happened. Being an artist, a music artist, it's not the only thing, or a vocalist, it's not the only thing that I've done. I've done many things with investments and in many different areas of the world in my life, as well in many different industries. That's just one of them, and I just wanted to highlight it because it ties back to me and it ties back to what I've done. So again, peace, and thank you for listening.